What's up guys, it is Luke from Luke's Wi-Fi Battles. If you're here watching this, congratulations, and if you haven't already subscribed, join the KDO army. So today I have a Pokemon Online match for you guys. It was against a guy by the name of Junk Warrior 58. It was a pretty decent match, and this is the first Ubers match I'm actually going to upload to the channel. So I hope you guys are going to enjoy it. You guys can see by the teams down there, I have a Deoxys, Kyogre, Groudon, which is kind of weird, I know. I have the Giratina, the Steel type Arceus, and I have the Dialga, which is Scarfed, as you guys are going to see later on. His team actually gives me a bit of a run for my money, so I'm not going to spoil it for you guys. So he's going to go ahead and lead with his Darkrai, which is fine. I assume that, which is why I led with my Deoxys attack, because I can get off the superpower. I know I can outspeed it, and I can actually one-shot it because he's not the Choice Scarf variant, which you do see it every now and again. So now he's going to bring out his Mewtwo. I'm not worried about the attack drop because I am mixed. As you guys see, I hit him with a Shadow Ball. And you guys are going to see there's a lot of crits in this match, a lot of hacks. So you see I get frozen right here. Luckily, I thaw out first turn here as I go for the extreme speed, which means I take out that big threat really early on in the game, which is going to be super helpful. So he's going to bring this Arceus. I know just because of Deoxys' massive attack stat, I know I'm still going to be able to hit him with a superpower for over 50% damage, even though obviously I have the attack drop, but he's just going to decide to kill me off with the return here, which isn't a problem because I do have a few options to deal with this thing. I end up going out to my Scarf Dialga. Reason being, I can hit it with a Fire Blast. There's no weather up yet, so I don't have to worry about rain cutting my attack. There's no no sun to boost my Fire Blast, unfortunately. You guys can see I end up missing the Fire Blast here as he goes for the substitute, which is incredibly unfortunate. Luckily, he decides to go for a return, which is fine by me. I guess he thought I was going to switch to try and save my Dialga for later, but I end up hitting the Fire Blast, breaking the sub, and taking him out. So this Blaziken right here actually almost ends up destroying everything right here, right now. So you guys are going to see this is really, really tricky. So I end up predicting the Protect and end up switching out into my Kyogre. You know, that's what these Blazikens like to do, because some people like to run Adamant, run Protect, get the Protect up, you know, raise their speed with the speed boost. So he ends up doing that as I go out to Kyogre. I end up setting up a Calm Mind because I didn't know this thing's moveset and I assumed it couldn't touch me. But as you guys can see, it does 46% with a superpower, which was really, really worrying. So now I'm forced basically to go for the rest. I am a Sleep Talking variant, so that does work out for me quite well. But then, as you guys can see, he reveals here that he has the Swords Dance. This is really not good. He ends up going for another Swords Dance here as I end up going for the Sleep Talk. In hindsight, what I should have done was switched out right here. I just didn't want to go out into something and have it taken a Flare Blitz or something like that. So I end up staying in to see what he wants to go for, and he ends up KOing my Kyogre with the superpower, which I could not believe. That's incredible. So now I'm a little bit stuck because this thing is a God knows plus what in everywhere, so I'm a little bit worried, but I decide the best thing to do now, knowing that he's got the superpower, would be to go out into my Giratina because I'm going to be immune to the superpower, and I'm assuming he has a fire type stab, which I'm going to resist being dragon type. So I'm going to go out to Giratina. As you see, it does force him to switch out into his Groudon, which is great. That means that I can launch off a Draco, so I do go for that. I'm not entirely an offensive set. This is quite a mixed set. Literally, I run Draco and Dragon Claw. As you guys see, it's me with the Stone Edge. There's a crit right there, which is another part of the hacks you guys are going to see. I end up staying in, and by my calcs, I assume I can take him out with another Draco, which is actually what ends up happening. So that works out really well for me. Now he brings out the Blaziken again, and you can see he reveals his last move here, which is Flare Blitz. And because of the boost from the sun, he's going to be able to take me out with the Flare Blitz, which was really, I kind of thought I could live that, but I guess not in the sun. So I'll have to bear that in mind next time. But now I'm really stuck for things to bring in on this thing. I can bring in Dialga. I know I can outspeed him at this point, but he ends up going for the Protect, again getting another speed boost, and at this point now I cannot outspeed him. I end up staying in because actually, depending on his investment, it was still possible for me to outspeed him, although it was unlikely. But as you guys are going to see, he does run a fair amount of speed investment, so over 128 EVs I believe, so he does end up taking me out here, which is kind of unfortunate because if I could have hit that thing with a Draco, I most definitely would have taken it out. But that's not the case, so I end up losing my Dialga here, so I'm only down to my Arceus and my Groudon now, and it's not looking good at this point. So I think right here what I end up doing is bringing my Groudon out, knowing that he has the superpower. He's at -1 attack because he just chose to go for that to kill off my Dialga. So I was thinking at this point, okay, he's most likely either going to protect a Scout, or he's going to switch directly out into his Ho-Oh because there's no rocks up yet. So what I decided to do in the end is predict the Protect and go for the Stealth Rocks. Even if he wanted to switch, I would have got up 3 rocks, and that was incredibly important, as you guys are going to see. So I end up getting my rocks up here because they are the most important move in the game, which I end up getting up too late. nearly too late that is. So I get them up, he decides to switch out now into his Ho-Oh for whatever reason. I assume the switch was possible purely because obviously he was at -1 attack and there's no way he can kill me from that range. So I end up going for the Dragon Tail just to basically cover me with whatever option he decided to go for. And he decided to switch, which is perfect because that means Ho-Oh comes in on the rocks. I hit it with the Dragon Tail, it goes right back out, which means it has to come back in on the rocks. And obviously my Groudon's still out here at 100% HP, and I managed to get the rocks up. So definitely in my favour there the past few turns. Now I could have switched here to my Arceus, but the thing is he's at no, he's not got any minus drops or anything like that in attack, so I didn't want to switch out to my Arceus and have him go for the Swords Dance, because that right there probably would have cost me the match. So I ended up having to stay in here. He hits me with a superpower. I don't know why he didn't go for the Flare Blitz, that's what he should have done, but I ended up living it anyway. And I end up going for the EQ, that will take him out. Now he goes out to Ho-Oh. I thought this thing would die when it came back in, but apparently not. Does it get like Regenerator or something? I don't even know. I don't think it does. But anyway, it lives as it comes in, hits me with the EP, the Earth Power. I end up living it and just hitting it off with the Dragon Tail. I didn't want to risk the miss with the Stone Edge. So yeah, it was a pretty good game. I hope you guys enjoyed. Thanks Junk Warrior 58 for the battle. If you guys enjoyed, you can always leave me a comment. And don't forget to subscribe for more awesome Wi-Fi battles. Join the Keldeo army.